Welcome to Who You Callin' Bruh,
a podcast about faith, family, and fun.
My name is Jay.
And I'm his daughter, Anna.
And who is this?
And this is Gracie, me, and Brecken's bunny.
Aw, hi Gracie.
Cute? I'm actually about to throw her to him, but I thought she should get an introduction because she had never been on the podcast before.
Right.
Does she have any words? All right. Thanks, Brecken.
All right. Well, as you guys were able to tell by the title, our surprise movie was The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, since it's Halloween month, we thought it'd be fun to do a couple of movies with a little Halloween spirit. I mean, Sixth Sense isn't really super scary, but anyway, so we look forward to talking about that in just a second. But first of all, Anna, we have some feedback we want to share?
Yes. So, from Miss Lindsay, she... 1, accepts her apology for our late podcast episode.
Thank you, Lindsay.
2, she votes yes to the TikTok trends, but you do have to do them.
No, thank you, Lindsay.
No, it's going to happen. And she also thinks midnight podcast recording would be great.
Yeah. We're both kind of late night owls.
Yes, I am. If I get good sleep, well, if I take a nap in the day, I usually can stay up pretty late.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then I also have a shout out to Brecken and Mom, who are our live audience, as you can tell, because Dad's just talking off into the distance.
Yeah. I just like to sometimes talk off into the distance, so.
Nice. That was horrifying. And then my last shout out is to Lily and Levi, because it was their birthday this month, and specifically their birthday party today when we were recording.
Nice.
And I love them. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lily and Levi. I missed it because I was working.
Shocker. Everyone asked me where you were, and I was like, I don't know, my dad's with some guy named Dan.
Some guy named Dan. Shout out to Dan, who made me on a Saturday go work for him.
Hey. Thanks, Dan.
Nice. All right. So let's hop to it. So if you haven't done our movie podcast before, typically what we do is we make the other person watch something they've never seen, and then we're going to talk about it.
Awesome. That's about it. No, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. Brecken's being stupid.
Oh my goodness, Brecken's being stupid.
Miss Jenny, come get your kid. But yes.
Okay, so Sixth Sense. Anna, so just first impressions. What? Let me pause and say this. This movie is about 25 years old, something like that. Obviously, if you have not seen it yet, you do not want to listen to this episode because there is no way to talk about the movie without spoiling. Okay.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler.
So massive spoiler alert.
So you can either come watch
pause
and come
now
look.
And go watch it.
Yeah.
If you have it
have
somehow.
the time. But if you really don't care, then just keep listening up. We'll fill you in.
That's right. I mean, it's still fun even if you know what's going to happen. But
Yippee.
Okay. So first impression.
It was way better than the last movie you showed me. So far, it's the favorite of the movies you've showed me.
Nice.
Really freaked me out sometimes because I didn't like the jump scares of these little ghosties just popping through. Not gonna lie, I thought we would see a little bit more of the ghost. I feel like it was very talked about and not shown. You know,
sometimes that's scarier where you have to imagine what he's seeing.
Well, I think it's scarier just to know the anticipation of them coming.
Yeah.
I never do.
Okay, so just real quick as a very, very brief recap.
Right.
What the movie is about is there is a therapist who is seeing a child psychologist who is seeing this child who, something's going on with him, and it turns out he confesses the child is that he sees dead people. So he sees ghosts. Yes,
and so he's like really a freaky kid, not gonna lie. Like he really yeah.
What? Oh, he does whisper a lot.
She whispers a lot. Or he whispers a lot.
And why do you think he whispers a lot?
Because he thinks the ghost will hear him. Duh.
Or that he thinks humans will hear him talking to ghosts. He's not supposed to be just talking to no one.
Okay, yeah, but doesn't he think that guy is real?
No, he knows the whole time he's a ghost.
Really?
Yeah. That's the thing. Okay, so...
How do you know?
So that's the big spoiler is what, Anna?
What?
What's the big spoiler?
Is that the therapist guy who was helping him, right, get through his ghosty issues, finally realizes at the end that he, in fact, was a ghost himself. He had been shot by a different past patient previously.
Right, which you saw at the very beginning of the movie. So the very beginning of the movie begins with his murder.
Yeah.
You just don't know it's his murder at the time.
But you think that he makes it out.
That's right. Yeah. So there's all these things through the movie that are clues that you don't realize are there until you go back and watch it. But here, you finish up your recap, and then we'll talk about some of that stuff.
So like my recap was basically, it was pretty lit. It was really sad. It was pretty devastating. But I actually thought it was pretty good. It was a good level of scare for me, I feel like. But all in all, I was chilling. I would give it like a solid 7 out of 10.
Nice. Okay.
It was just, well, I appreciate the fact that it was old because it wasn't as graphic. I feel like could have been more detailed if it was made in the present day. But I feel like it still needed to be a little updated.
Yeah. It's definitely probably one of, I would say, at least the top 5 twist end movies. Okay.
Yeah.
And so this guy who made it, M. Night Shyamalan, this was his first movie. He was actually in it. He's always in his movies. He was the doctor who, after he went to the hospital because of that attack in the closet.
He like accused him.
The one who accused the mom of abusing. I even knew that
sounded like an Indian
name. He doesn't sound Indian.
I said it sounded like an Indian name.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I know, but
Shyamalan. Anyway, so his movies, which we'll probably introduce you to some more in the future, especially the early first 3 or 4 movies, they all have like significant twists. And so it's kind of like his thing. He's really good at it.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually really hyped though. I was kind of digging it.
The movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. All right. So what do you think? Like, obviously there's the trick, if you will, of the movie. But if you had to come up with some of the themes, what do you think, like, are some of the themes you could walk away with from this movie?
Put people above your work.
Wow. Was that some sort of dig against moi?
Well, Mom doesn't have a job, so it's gonna only be you.
Oh man. Okay.
Only be you.
Well, I would like to say, I mean, there are certainly times where I work too much, but this is episode, I believe, 15 of our podcast. Here I am.
Happy National 15th.
Holla. And that's how old you are, right? Oh, look at that.
Ooh, that's tough.
So anyway,
don't even.
I mean, here I am spending quality time with you.
I know.
Talking to people on the internet. Oh.
I don't know. There's only been 15 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty
That's
great.
not even 15 hours.
Anyway, okay, so spending quality time with the people that you love before you die. Okay.
Basically.
What else?
Don't trust people who are walking around injured.
Because they might be ghosts.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
Sleep with all your lights on.
Okay, so really just the horrifying things, be more scared. Is that really what you're taking from it? Is you should be more
I will
scared?
Not be sleeping tonight.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's something to be said though. Like, what do you ultimately about communication? Right, taking the risk.
Yes, to talk to people, because when the little boy talked to his mom and the guy talked to his wife, well, too little, too late, and all of those other things, just talk to people, talk it out. He even talked to Jesus. In times of fear, talk to Jesus. Amen.
Talk to Jesus. Amen. Yeah, I think so. Because taking a risk to share what's truly going on and whatever, so much of that kid's suffering maybe could have been alleviated if he had kind of taken the risk to
tell somebody.
Well, specifically his mom, because of all people, she really did. She had this internal struggle about what's wrong with my kid, but she in no way ever made him feel like the way other people made him feel.
That's true.
But it was still safe.
He needed the dead guy, because without him, he just wouldn't have been helped.
Yeah. Only helped him figure out how to help out the ghosts.
I know, but that poor kid, bro, he had abuse marks, which I didn't know ghosts could abuse real people.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So let's talk about that for a second. Not about ghosts abusing people.
Oh, that's what we're going to talk about. Okay.
Well, let me ask you, any other themes? I'm trying to think of even myself, like what I would think of a
There was so much
theme.
theme. It was more entertainment than I would say informational or persuasive.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's talk about the rules of the movie, if you will. Okay. So if you go on the internet, you're going to find a ton of stuff about this, just like all of the threads of now that you know how the movie operates and what the rules are. So do you remember what the rules for ghosts are? What did the kid tell him?
Wait, what?
He says, I see dead people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what are some of the things about it?
He said to stand still.
No. When he very first tell him, he's laying in the hospital bed and he's like, I'm ready to tell you my secret. I see dead people. And then he starts describing essentially the rules of this.
Oh. He was like, I see dead people and... Wait, what was one of the things he said?
Well,
that's not a rule. That was just something that happened to him.
So they're everywhere, right?
He was like, yes, they're everywhere. Oh, they don't know that they're dead.
They don't know they're dead.
They treat others like...
They can't see other dead people. So they have no idea that other ghosts exist, right? So like the way we might normally think about ghosts, there's different rules given. So they don't know they're dead and they can't see other dead people.
So I might be a ghost.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, so it's sorry, Anna, you're a ghost. How can I help you?
Money?
Money. Is that would make you go away?
No, it would just make me stay for more.
Right, exactly. Okay, so then if you go back and notice, there's a couple of things. Number one, Mom kind of pointed out one of the things is the color red through that movie.
Yeah.
There's like this theme in red. So always like tied to the dead people. It's like you'll see things that are red all the way through.
Because his door handle was red.
His door handle was red.
And then it ended up being blocked off.
The red balloon. There's several different things. Number two. Sorry. What happened when the ghosts get mad or probably all sorts of emotional?
Oh, the prickly hairs.
Prickly. And what did he say?
Cold.
It gets cold, right? So when you go back and watch,
every time he's around his wife, she's always like,
everybody's shivering.
Yeah.
Yes. So like the mom shivers. There's a bunch of ghosts up in this room. So just letting you know.
Period. Let's talk about this wife for a minute though, because me personally, a year after my husband has died, I am not going and hooking up with some guy from my book antique store.
Okay, but see, this is like one of the major twists and turns of the movie because pretty much, like you hate her all the way through. You're like,
think she's cheating.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like you're being cold to this guy. We know he's distant, and then you're letting this guy into your life, and you're just so mad about it. And then it like twists and turns, and you realize how much she is still holding on to him. Still going out to dinner for their anniversary, talking to him.
Punch the window, bruh.
Right. So it is. I am a little confused on, but I guess there is some ability that for the ghost to mess with the physical realm. So the fact that on that recording you could hear them, so you could hear that ghost in the recording.
Well, I thought that's because his frequency was just turned up crazy high. I thought he was turning up his frequency. Is that not what he was doing?
Well, it's volume, not frequency.
But that shouldn't have done anything. This is not realistic.
Well, but there's rules for this. So, like when she's looking at the pictures on the wall,
she sees the orbs,
the little glimmer, orbs. Right?
They're called orbs. When a ghost is like, and you take a picture.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's called an orb.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know there's an official name.
There is.
Okay, look up the official ghost rules, ghost name, orb. Okay, so then, there's some sort of ways that the ghost can physically. So the coldness, you can see that thread through the movie. You see the color. You also, it's very tricky. that guy never interacts with anybody else but that kid.
I was gonna say he was sitting in their living room and that girl did not address him one time. Like, okay, good.
Right. But you don't really, it doesn't sink in when you're watching it the first time, right? That they're not interacting.
That specific part did for me. Like, I was sitting there and I was like, why is she not like, hey, like, that's the only scene I can think of where I was like, literally like, why is she not talking to him? Like, it really made me mad. But then it all clicked.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it was kind of like, they had been talking and now they're like, she's depressed.
I really thought the plot twist was that past client that had shot himself was going to be that kid's dad.
Oh, man, that would have been
because he keeps talking about his dad being gone, right? But they don't really know where he is. He's somewhere. They talked about him once. But I was just saying, same deal. And whenever he said what his disorder was to his mom, she kind of went, she was like, it all makes sense because that's what your dad had. And then I went crazy, but apparently not.
Oh, that would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. But here is the twist, which might not mean a lot to you. But I did tell Mom during the movie because she didn't know. That guy who played that guy who shot the guy and then killed himself is one of the new kids on the block. Is Donnie Wahlberg. He's Mark Wahlberg's brother.
He was naked.
Well, he was in his underwear.
No, those weren't like normal men underwear either. That's like woman underwear he was wearing.
I didn't know what normal men underwear are.
Yeah.
Well, like, aren't they just like shorts?
This is a family show. I think we need to move along.
But I'm just saying he was.
It was just
that
old
was
and
not a
dirty
family
and gross.
movie. Then he was like, he's like chanting and being weird in his underwear.
Well, it turns out though it's super. Like, I don't know what the connection there is, but that guy also could do what Cole could do. So Cole's the little kid. So that guy also could talk and see the dead people.
Yeah, but nobody helped that guy. So he kills his. Like,
I wonder if he's wandering around anywhere.
Wait. Oh, wait, no. That wouldn't make sense. He was alive. I was going to say maybe that was a dead guy that he saw, but I'm capping on the haters.
Yeah, don't cap. That's very inappropriate.
No cap.
No cap.
No cap.
But that's true, right?
What?
No cap is
No
actually
cap
true.
Means like no lie. Yeah, truth.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So like, Brecken, you're pretty lit. No cap.
Nice. Good job, Brecken.
I hate when he smiles at me like that.
Really
It makes me
impressive.
so mad, bro.
Okay, and so anyway, just things like that. When you go back and watch it, it's like full of, which is fun, right? It's fun to kind of see all of these.
She's about to turn the lights off.
Oh, no, she was just turning the ghost machine off.
Ooh.
The fan. Yeah, so it's a interesting, fun movie. It's pretty good. Any other thoughts about it?
I actually don't have that many. I thought it was just pretty hype.
Yeah.
Now, Dad, you're getting quizzed.
Okay.
How would you apply this to your Christian life?
How would I apply this to my Christian life? What kind of Christian themes? I do think it's a good one. I like it.
You ask me every time on the spot, so it's your turn.
Yeah, I mean, I do think like the communication thing is still like even a Christian concept of like honesty and being able to have like an open connection with your relationships, and you have the ability to have people in your life where you do feel comfortable enough. Like it's needed. Like we can't do this alone. Like all the things, like if you just take what that kid is going through and he feels isolated is his problem, right? Yeah, you do great at midnight. So
Sorry.
she's all yawning over here. But you know what I'm saying? Like everybody feels that way. You probably like, especially in the things that you struggle with, it makes you feel isolated when you don't want to talk about it, and you feel like you can't talk about it because people would look at you a certain way or think bad about you. You know what I mean?
Preach.
Yeah. So I think it is a very important aspect of our faith, and especially our faith community, to be able to connect to people and to be honest with them and to have people that you can trust and be vulnerable and say, here's this thing that, often like to use that kids language might make you a freak or whatever.
Aww.
But that you have people in your life that won't think that.
Right.
Is that funny?
No, sorry. Yeah. But I also liked that, like, whenever he was afraid, he would go to the church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like a
protection
safe
in the
space.
Lord.
That was good. And then, he had like all the little figures in his tent in his room.
I feel like that was idol worship.
Yeah. I mean, he was just trying to use it for protection, I'm sure.
I know. Poor kid.
Yeah.
Bro, I would never rip a blanket off of like ghost little girl who was throwing up.
Yeah, that was pretty tough, right?
All right, I need
and not
to-
tough in a good way, but rough.
I need to announce this real quick. Brecken, I'm gonna need you to stop looking at me like that. I keep laughing because he won't stop like staring at me so creepily, and if he doesn't stop, I'm not gonna make it through. So
Okay.
please stop.
Why don't you just stare directly into the camera, or just close your eyes? Either way, or some of both. One eye closed, one eye in the camera. All right, cool. And then let's see. Anything else? I think that's probably it on the faith matters. Yeah. Oh, do I believe? Okay, Anna, do you believe ghosts are real?
Answer this question first.
Why do I have to answer it first?
Because I just don't like this question. I think this is, I get asked this all the time, and I feel like it's just such a silly question.
Yeah, I do not believe that ghosts are real.
I want to say no, but then when I hear those things at night, bro, I really be questioning it. I'm gonna cry right now.
That's just called the air conditioner.
No.
And you have 2 of them outside of your room.
No, I swear to you, there was like a girl in my bathroom one time. I'm so serious.
A girl.
Yes.
And what was she doing? Was she going to the bathroom?
No, she was just standing there.
What are you talking about?
Wait, the answer no. We need to move conversation.
Okay, well, Mom shouldn't have asked. So my answer is no, I don't think there's ghosts. We'll figure out what Anna's seeing later on. I think Mom's seen ghosts before too, but in other houses and whatnot. But I think that when people die, they do not hang around here. We are instructed that they go to the grave, to Sheol, and there is a good part of that and a bad part of that. And one day, when Jesus returns and establishes the new heaven and the new earth, that people will go to what they consider heaven, like the forever, the new heaven, the earth, or like the new place that God has designed for us to be with Him forever, and that everybody else, like a fire.
I agree.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I got real emotional about that. That brings back some bad times.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want you. This is a real thing, guys. This is a real podcast.
We're authentic here.
We are authentic. So, but I also don't want you to be super upset.
Yeah,
Use some water.
I have a fear of ghosts. Is that water?
Yeah.
Ooh, look. Is this in biblically responsible investing?
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Inspire. Actually, it's not. That's an investment company, and they have not paid us anything. I just have this swag here. Want to make that clear.
Would they get
I'm
mad
not
if you just like
violating any
supported
SEC
them?
rules or something like
But
that.
like you're literally giving them an endorsement.
Well, that's what we're not allowed to do in the finance world. You're not supposed to receive endorsements.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Boo endorsements. We've not been
Yeah.
paid. Not the.
That's right.
No,
There's none of that. None of that going on. Okay. So yeah. Any other things? I feel like we've
think I'm
covered
good.
quite a bit.
Next time we record, Dad. Actually, that might be. It might be in 2
Yeah.
2 episodes. I will have no braces.
Oh, that's right. Anna is getting her braces off on Monday, guys.
Yippee.
Well, actually, it will already be. By the time you hear this, Anna will not have those braces anymore. Gone.
Really? Well, by the time they hear about the next episode that they'll see, I might have them. Right?
No, it's this one. It's on Tuesday, right? Is it Monday?
Yes, I know. I'm saying, are we recording?
Oh, it's not this Monday.
Are we recording another episode this week?
Oh, then yes, yeah.
Yes, are we recording another episode this week or this weekend?
Well, yes, I'm saying this episode will come out Tuesday.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying in 2 weeks is when they will see it with their own eyes.
Yeah, I agree. 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, Anna. Like I have no crystal ball.
Place.
That's right.
Oh. There we go.
That's people really excited about.
That's my favorite one. This one's called Chimes. Oh, they can't hear that. They probably think we look stupid.
But it's nice. It's nice and short. That's the other nice part about
and it's
that.
just so.
Yes. Okay. All right. So that is The Sixth Sense. Please let us know about your first time seeing The Sixth Sense. We were sharing that earlier.
Yes.
Because it is one of those monumental, mind-blowing movies where you're like, what?
What?
Yeah.
And so everyone keep giving feedback. Miss Lindsay, we love you for that. Just keep sharing.
right.
Nobody came up to me at church and talked about the fact that I just cried over that question.
Yeah, nobody do that.
No, let's just.
Now you just invited people to do that.
Let's move on.
Exactly what's gonna
let's
happen.
move on as a whole.
Okay. All right. Well, until next time, people, we will catch you later.
Peace, homie G's. Thank you for listening. Who You Callin' Bruh is a Jam Pastor Jay production. All writing, content, and production is done by Jay and Anna Beerley.
Our opening and closing track is Feel It by Matias Ruiz. You can find more wonderful tracks at worshipstart.com. This podcast is hosted on Substack at jampastorj.substack.com.